you even know it. So if we've got all that written down, not pause me, cool pause, and let's try this out. So they've told me, I don't know what f of x is, and I don't know what g of x is, but they did tell me its limits. So I know the limit of f of x as x goes to 4 is 0. And sorry, my phone's on. And I know that the limit of g of x as x goes to 4 is 3. But I want to know what's the limit of as x goes to 4 of g of x when it's going to 3, g of x plus 3. So I don't know what g of x plus 3 is, but I can take that limit and I can break it into pieces. This is the same as the limit as x goes to 4 of g of x plus the limit as x goes to 4 of just 3. Well, I know the limit of g of x as x goes to 4. They told me it earlier. It was 3. Okay. Now the limit as x goes to 4 of just 3. So that's a line just y equals 3. So that's just a boring horizontal line that just sits at 3 for forever. And if it's just sitting at 3 for forever, well, then as it gets to 4, it's still going to be 3. So this limit is 6. Let's take a look at this next one. So I've got x times f of x. So again, I don't know what x times f of x is. I don't even know what f of x is. So I'm going to break this up into two smaller limits that I can do something with. The limit as x goes to 4 of x times the limit as x goes to 4 of f of x. Now they told me what the limit as x goes to 4 of f of x is. They told us that up here, so it's 0. The limit as x goes to 4 of x. So that's just that nice diagonal line. So it's just boring. You put in one number, it spits the same thing back out. So it's just a horizontal line. If you're not sure, take a look at a graph. It's just shooting straight up. And 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 4. So as x is approaching 4, it is heading to 4. So this is 4 times 0, which is just 0. Done. Next one, we've got one of those squared things. So we've got g squared of x. So this is kind of the thing we did in our warm-up. Well, in the earlier problem, it wasn't a warm-up. This, instead of squaring that just the g of x, we're going to say this is the limit as x approaches 4 of g of x. And then we're going to take all that stuff. We're just going to square the whole thing. Instead of just squaring g of x, we're going to square the whole thing. The limit as x approaches 4 of g of x, again, they told us that up here, it is 3. And hey, I hope we all know what 3 squared is. It's 9. Now, the bottom one, we've got a lot of breaking up to do. We've got the limit. We're going to do the limit of the top, limit of the bottom. I'm going to bump my page down so I got a little more space to write. So we do the limit of the top thing. So the limit as x approaches 4 of g of x. And on the bottom, we got the limit. Sorry, this is really bad penmanship. As x, oh, I forgot my x's approaches 4. Limit as x approaches 4 of f of x minus 1. And on the top, limit of g of x as x approaches 4. All right, now we know the top thing. He told us that lots of times. It's 3. On the bottom, we got to separate those two limits. Just like we can separate addition, we can separate subtraction. So the limit of f of x, I know that, it's 0. And the limit as x approaches 4 of negative 1, that's just a boring line that just sits at 1 the whole time. So that is 1. So we get 3 over negative 1, which is negative 3. That's done.